I don't know, man. I thought maybe I would just sit here and honestly just rant, vent, and maybe just talk some shit. You know, sometimes I wonder what goes through men's heads. Sometimes, man. Or sometimes men have this like weird ass confidence that I don't know where the fuck they're getting this confidence from. Like, because it ain't coming from your fucking looks. It ain't coming off. Confidence must be not coming off of your fucking personality. Uh, I don't know. Maybe you think because you have a roof over your head and you have a fucking car that somehow that makes you like worth more than a piece of dog shit. You know, some of you guys out here that I guess some girls think that you're fucking cute or whatever, or think you're sexy or some shit. So you get to thinking that you're just like king shit of everything, and somehow you can just do whatever the fuck you want with no consequence, like as if your fucking entire world isn't gonna get rocked. Like you're fucking invincible. I think some people think they're fucking invincible is what it is. Um, or they take advantage of women's emotions. Really mostly what that really is. Um, and all types of things in between. You know. So, but what's funny though. What's kind of funny is like when a man tries to pull some sly shit and then gets shut down. It's fucking funny. Um, what's funny also is that literally you got these channels, right? You got these channels, and then you got like these like feminists on these channels, right? And then you got these feminists that hate men. I mean, I hate men for different reasons. I hate men because, well, one, a lot of men just are disgusting people just in general. Um, but also I have to compete with them. So obviously, one thing I hate more than anything is one thing I hate. I hate pests. Like I don't like roaches. I don't like flies. Um, Pests are one thing, but when you have to literally compete with something that is intelligent, that wants something you want, like when you have to compete for a woman with other beings, you just lose all control. It's like you literally lose all what's the word all regard for human life. You lose all regard for respecting a life. You just lose all control. Like you lose all regard for that other individual or individuals. You just lose it all. You start looking at them like how you look at roaches and ants and shit. Because to me they are. You know, and it's not about superiority. It's about practicality. It's about the fact that you're either a potential or a threat to something to me. Like you are a competition to me. Okay, so if you stand a chance in between me being happy the woman and then there's you, I look at you, other males or male, as an object. And that's when I go into straight up and mentally, this is a mental thing. This is a war thing too. This is actually someone could learn something from this. Actually, you can learn from this, because this helps you to shut off that sympathetic part of your psyche that feels like empathy, feels even fear. Sometimes it literally, sometimes you feel fear that shut off. You get angry enough. Sometimes you don't care about fear. When you get angry enough, you just care about accomplishing something. Um, a lot of things start shutting off. Your that little voice inside that tells you, "Oh, it's wrong to wish death on this man. It's wrong to want to kill this man. It's wrong to this." All that shit gets shut off because you go into straight survival mode where it's like, I'm not saying you're gonna actually go out like an axe murderer in the streets, or you're gonna find somebody. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is mentally, if you could push a button to make a person disappear, you would push that button in a heartbeat. You wouldn't care if he had a family, kids, nothing. In fact, you father his kids. You don't care. If it would mean that you'd have to be with a woman, like if it was a woman he had a kid with, you would go do that. But the thing is this, and this is real talk. This is some G shit. This is not for the soft. This is some shit that some people can't comprehend. Okay, once that switch is on, for me, it's a 24/7 thing. This is not no switch. This is a lifestyle. You just don't give a fuck, you know. So about other men is what it is, you know. Well, I'll reword that. If they were to stand in your way, you look at them different. It could be your own brother. You look at him completely different. Nothing. No remorse. Zero. You know. It just is what it is. But you know, this is a rant on like. This is a rant on hate. This is a rant on evil. This is a rant on just some G shit. You know, this is G shit, man. This is gangster shit. This is not legal. This is not legal talk. This is forget legality, forget all that shit. This is just survival. This is what I'm talking about right now. Okay? Not a lot of people should even watch this. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I know this touched some people's hearts. Some people are like, yeah, somebody finally said it. Someone finally said it. Fuck you, YouTube. I don't give a fuck. This is not a kid's vid. I'm cursing on this vid. I'm talking shit on this video. This is me venting. Okay, I'm talking shit right now. Cause I fucking can't. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of all this fucking. You can't say this. You can't say that. I'm fucking tired of it. Okay. God damn. It's like I work too fucking hard, and my life is too stressful and lonely and miserable for me not to be able to just say what the fuck I want about things that are real. I hate it because no one says this shit. People will literally have happy lives and not say this shit because their life is so put together that they have no reason to. Well, they think this, but they have no reason to really live this or say it. You know, they'll be in bed with their husband or wife, happy. Um, you know, they know they're not gonna break up. They know they're not gonna lose that person, so they don't have to be stressing this guy and that guy, worried about that they're gonna take the very thing that they love and cherish so much. So they don't walk with this G shit and be like, man, I would kill that motherfucker if I had to get to that woman. If I had to, I would kill that motherfucker, not even think. Right? That type of shit. It's in them. It's in a lot of people, and they'll tell you. Some people are honest enough if they know you well enough. They'll tell you, yeah. But they don't have. But they don't really even have to think like that. They don't have to. The difference with me is I'm not saying that I necessarily have to, but how do I know I don't have to? I don't know that. Okay. I'm learning a lot of things. I don't know that. You know, it's a posture. It's literally like the same posture as that. For nothing, you're not gonna let the other guy or like a person. It's like, think of it like it's a person in the line. You're not gonna let anyone take your spot. And if they dare try to jump in that line and take your spot, it's over. It's like that. Okay. It's a mentality. It's just it's a mentality, and it goes into a lot of other things. Also, it goes into like your fitness. Like when you're training. I don't care if it's because you're training to look good or you're literally training to kill somebody. If you're in law enforcement, if you're in the military or something, or if you're just, you know, some gangster, you're probably training to kill somebody. But what I'm saying is sometimes on the street, you're training to whoop someone's ass. What you're training for is when you're training, you're thinking about some guy who hasn't done shit and thinks that he's tough shit, and you're gonna fucking destroy that person. Because all those times when you've been training and you've been getting meaner and meaner and better at what you do, and you're getting more formidable. That motherfucker is lazy, has no win, has no fighting win, probably has little to no skill, and thought he was tough shit, and then you destroyed his ass. Almost in seconds. Okay? You could destroy someone in sparring, but it's another thing to destroy someone, you know, in just a full force fight, and you just destroyed that motherfucker. And he didn't even know what happened because he's already unconscious. Because he's already been knocked around, half concussed, being choked, his head could be being smashed into something. He's done. 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 Okay? You train for that. All that ferocity, all that power, all that force and rage, your composure, your skill set, your breathing, all that shit. All that shit when you're training, you're honing that, you're harnessing that, and it's just power that's just seething through you, and you're whoever it is, you're just gonna unleash it on them. You know what I mean? When you need to. That's part of that mentality. Okay, this is a you or me thing. This is a kind of like, I'm not gonna let you leave this room, but you're not gonna leave this room type of thing by any means necessary. That's the mentality. Okay, this is a warrior mentality, a survival mentality, a mentality of that you're not going to just let something happen. This is a die trying mentality. Okay, so I'm going to go on to a lighter note. Instead of, I don't want to talk about the dark aspects of this thing. This is a power. This is a talent that some people, honestly, sadly, they don't have. And they're soft. That's the thing. They're they're too soft, because this goes beyond. This goes beyond you being defeated. I'll give you an example. For instance, if I was to have this mentality and I was to get my ass whooped and handed to me, see, the difference between me and a soft motherfucker is a coward and a soft motherfucker would not try again, would not go train, try to see where his holes are in his game, and then come back. He'll just cower in fear of that person for the rest of his life and will not come back and retaliate, right? Me, if I felt it necessary, which it may not even be necessary, because sometimes you just have to chalk it up that you just lost something. But let's say if it's survival. If it's survival, you better believe I'm fucking coming back. Over and over. You're going to have to kill me to stop me. Because I'm not stopping until I'm fucking dead. See, that's the mentality. That mentality can be applied to anything. It doesn't have to be violent. It doesn't have to be brutal. It doesn't have to even be something bad. Okay? It can be something positive. But the point is this. The point is that, hatred for something can drive you to accomplish something. Hatred, it doesn't have to be hatred against men or women that you're competing with. Your hatred for losing. It could be simply be just your hatred for losing something. It could be anything. That hatred drives you. That hatred makes you strong. Because it's the opposite of you saying, oh, I'm going to accept this, and I'm going to actually think I'm going to befriend this force or befriend these people, and I'm going to no, this is no coexist. There's no coexist. There's no kumbaya. There's no fucking holding hands with this shit. This shit is about destroying, dominating something, overcoming all obstacles, completely fucking crushing your enemies, and then doing what you want and imposing your will how you want. Because these motherfuckers are ants to you. And they're fucking cowards. And they are nothing. Their lives mean nothing. Do you see what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be people. It could be it could be like you trying to, I don't know, get over a drug addiction. You don't want to be with these motherfuckers with these drugs. You don't want to associate with them. And you don't want to become that person. So that person that those drugs are trying to make you into, you want to kill that person. That person is an ant to you. The person is a pest. It needs to be squashed and destroyed utterly without any mercy shown. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? That's the mentality you have to take on. Okay. That's the mentality. I'm trying to explain it in a way that someone could understand. That like all types of people can understand. I hope you can understand what I'm really saying. You know, sometimes I take that on when I'm even working out. Simply, it doesn't mean I'm training to like for self defense or to hurt someone or training in a violent, combative type of way. I could be just be training um, to build up my physique, to have a better appearance, to look better. You know, to put on more muscle, to get bigger. Um, see, this is it's kind of funny. It sounds dark, but it's really to me it's comical. It's like um, and this is not just about hatred. It's also about love too, because it's about loving yourself. This is our fucking rant. I'm ranting. This is a rant. It's about loving yourself, but it's also about that you want to be the best you, not only just for you, but you want to look away for that girl that you know you're in love with, that future wife that you never met. You know what I'm saying? If you're female, I guess it could be a man, or what if you're gay, it could be a man. But you know, with me, if it's a woman, it's a woman. It's like, you know, you want to look good for your woman. When you get married someday, you know, you want to look fucking fantastic. You want her to be proud of you. You want to be proud of yourself. It's about self-love. It's about self-esteem. So this is about you look on a scale and you're like, what? That weight's too low. Nah. That weight needs to be higher. I need to be more than that. I should be bigger than this, man. So you fucking go into your workout, your bulk when you're trying to bulk. You go in with a warrior mentality that this is life or death. Like you're literally gonna fucking kill somebody. That's how you have to be. You have to get. I mean, I get worked up like that. Like I get worked up, like literally to where I'm like, I take on this evil, just evil energy, this violent, destructive, vicious energy, like a wild animal that will literally rip someone's face apart. I mean, like you're sticking sides of your hands in the mouth and pulling so hard that everything splits apart. And you just keep going. You just rip this whole head apart and keep going until there's nothing but mush. Now, that might sound brutal, but are you getting this picture? You're taking on that spirit and mentality when you are putting your hands to something that is hard, it is difficult, you don't want to do it, you're fucking tired, you already went to work, you're sweaty, it's damn near 90 degrees, you're fucking butt naked, you're sweating, but you don't give a fuck because you refuse to be less than what you know you could be. You refuse to be like people you see. You refuse to be like things you have seen. You see some men and you look, you're like, that motherfucker's sloppy. You see some men and you're like, God damn. And you know, you look at his physique and you're like, damn, I gotta get that shit, man. I gotta look like that, man. Because number one, that's competition. Number two, if you could do it, I should be able to do it. You know, and I'm not talking about like steroids and shit, because that's a whole other thing. But I'm talking, do you get what I'm saying? It could be something like that you are dead set on, I don't give a fuck. It could be building a model train set because you want to build model trains. And you know it's so hard. You're like, I fucking suck at building these model trains. Like, I fucking suck. I'm horrible. I feel like I'm a retard. Like, literally a fucking retard. Like the movie The Ringer. Like, you are autistic. You feel autistic as fuck. But you get this killer mentality and you refuse to not build that fucking model train as perfect as it looks on the box and paint it, and it has to be fucking perfect. Do you get what I'm saying? Does this make sense to you? So sometimes that's the mentality that you have to take on. It's because you love something so much and you hate something so much that you have to take on that mentality to get it done. and you think of the beauty behind it. You think of like all the suffering, all the times you're disappointed. It's like you literally think of every time where, and I'm gonna speak personally for myself. Like, you think of every time where some girl crushed your whole heart. You know, some guy came in, snatched up some girl, maybe some girl you knew, you had a relationship with her, a friendship or something. She ended up getting married. Your little heart was fucking broken, you know, completely shattered to the point to where you wanted to kill every living thing that you saw and came in contact with. You had so much rage that you wanted to die. You hated everything. You hated life. You hated the very breath you breathe when you wake up in the morning. Okay? I've experienced that type of shit in my lifetime. And that's why I am what I am. You know, because to me, the thought of, like, I get a picture in my mind. I get like a beautiful picture of future. And I think, like, you know, I'm with a woman. I'm happy. Things aren't perfect per se, but things are beautiful. They're like, they're not disgusting. They're not dirty. It's like, you know, the love is there. It's real. I know she's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We're both trying to make things work. You know, we're striving, but we have each other, you know? And then, you know, you could picture yourself how you want to look in it. You know, you look in the mirror and you're like, you know what? I look damn good too. As a matter of fact, my wife looks fucking gorgeous too. And you just realize that, like, well, fuck, I could complain about a lot of shit, but you know what? This is beautiful. See, that's how I look at it. It's like, but before all that beautiful stuff comes, if that's not there yet, and you have this type of rage like this guy, the only way you can manage is through hatred. It's like you literally have to hate. First, I mean, me personally, I fucking hate men, period. I hate any man that tries to fucking compete. You even look at some bitch that I'm interested in, I want to cut your head off. That's just where I am. You know, I hate this world around me, but I use all that hatred to try to strive for better things, you know? Um, I look at myself in the mirror and I look at how fucking skinny I am, and I'm just like, I could look so much better. So I'm like, I'm gonna hit these fucking weights. I don't give a fuck how long it takes to make a difference, but I'm gonna keep hitting these fucking weights. Okay? I don't give a fuck. And I'm not gonna get injured either because I'm gonna know what I'm doing and do what I'm doing right. I don't give two fucks. I don't give a half a fuck. And I'm not gonna be a pussy about it either. I don't give a fuck what day it is. I don't give a fuck what work day it is. I'm fucking training hard. I don't give a fuck. Because a pussy motherfucker goes home. If you're too fucking soft, well then you can't make the cut. It's like you're not gonna make it. So you gotta be fucking hard about it. And disciplined. And when I say discipline, I mean fucking discipline. It's not like I have a lot of distractions anyway. Because, which is a blessing. It's a great blessing. I don't have a lot of distractions, and I'll explain that even more. I'm probably going to cut this off soon because this is probably going on too long. So I don't have like sexual shit in my life. I don't got no girls coming to my house. I don't be fucking nobody. I don't have no involvements with no girl. Period. Like that. There is no living thing except Mary Palm and her 5 daughters in the hub in the X videos that is involved with anything sexual with this guy here. So I don't have that distraction. That's one. I don't have friends who like to go out and like hang out, like to drink, like to party. They might want to do those things, but we rarely ever get together, if that. They don't want to do a lot of things. They tend to stay to themselves. They go where they go. They do what they do. They work. And if they don't work, they do what they do. And that is primarily all they do. So that is not a distraction for me. I have no pets. That is not a distraction. So I have the time to train. I could do other things in my day plus training, plus working out. So I better fucking work out. Are you kidding me? What type of pussy would I be? But like that's another thing that I gotta say. Like a lot of these men, it's like, well, damn, it's like I mean, I'm not saying your girl wants you to always look a certain way. Like you have to have like pectorals and abs and shit. But if you could get them, if you can get them, then I think you might as well start training. Like what I'm trying to say is, like you might want to look good for your bitch. Is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you might want to look a little better for your fucking bitch because you just appreciate that bitch. Does that make sense to you? What I'm saying is you appreciate your woman, so you want to look extra good for her ass. I don't know. I don't know. But that's my mentality. That's just always my mentality. It's like, you want to look better and better. And obviously you be realistic, but you want to look fucking good. Because it's like a high for your wife to compliment you. You know what I mean? Or or your girlfriend or whatever girl that you're interested in or you have feelings for or whatever. You want it's like literally a high for you to be wanted by her or to get compliments by her about your fucking appearance and your body. Okay. Um it's literally another spiritual thing. It's another vicious thing. It's like literally it all ties together. It just all works you up. It just gets you all worked up. That's just how it is. You know, literally to where you're just like seething with all this energy. And you're gonna pump all that energy. No pun intended. You're gonna be pumping all that energy right back into that woman, if you catch my drift. So, and she's gonna love it too. So, you know, that's what this thing is about. This thing is about that you literally wake up out the bed and you look around you and are disgusted with so much shit that you just like it's like a fucking horror movie. It's like when you wake up a fucking demon that's been resting for like years and years in some other plane, and you wake him up and he's thinking like, okay, what is this that I see in front of me? What is it? Because things have gone. This is who's called me for what and what is this, right? It's that type of thing. Sometimes you literally feel like you're in like the Twilight Zone. Like you're like, this can't be my reality. This can't be reality. This is too harsh. This is disgusting. Can someone please just fucking kill me now, please? Like literally, can you please just murder me now? Because I can't take this shit. Um, and I'm not asking for much. I'm asking for small things. Like I want, to feel good about myself, look good, have a loving wife, not be super struggling financially. I don't give a fuck if she has a kid. I don't care if she has three, four kids. I don't give a fuck. That's not the deal breaker. I want a happy life. And if I have to be a stepfather, then so be it. I don't give a fuck. But this life has to be, something pleasing in some type of way. Not like a life of loneliness, watching every girl around you either fucking get married or get abused by her fucking boyfriend or just not want nothing to do with you enough to give you a fucking chance and all this other bullshit and make you just want to kill yourself every fucking day. So, see, don't get me wrong. I like fighting. I like the sport of fighting. I like violence in its sense of the art of fighting, martial arts. I don't like conflict in the sense of that it is a lifestyle of pain every day. Do you get what I'm saying? Dude, does that make sense to you? I don't live for pain, for emotional pain. I don't live for that shit. I hate it. I fucking despise it. And that shit makes me stronger. It makes me value the good things that I do have in life more. And it makes me a stone cold hard motherfucker. Not a fucking softy by any means. Not by any means. You know, you couldn't ever live. The thing is, you could never You could never have lived my life if you were too soft. All the experiences you could never have. You just couldn't. You would take a different route and you'd be a different person. And I wouldn't want. I don't want to see. Well, I'll put it like this. I'm not saying I despise people like that, but I despise being like them. And I've seen some gross shit in my life. I've seen, when I say gross shit, I mean shit like where I've seen people do things in relationships that were disgusting. I'm thinking, why are you with this fucking scumbag piece of trash, nothing person? Why are you putting up with this? What the fuck's wrong with you? I've seen people do sexual things with people for emotional reasons, and I'm like, you are fucking disgusting. You are disgusting. And I've seen people do things where, for things like drugs, money, to what's the word? To secure a certain favor of people. I have seen disgusting fucking things. And they made me just I want to throw up. Like, it made me sick to my stomach. I'm thinking, so you can look in the mirror after you've done this? That's what you want to be for that? That's your route? That's the route you want to take? And you are at peace with this? I've even seen like men. I've seen women do shit too, but I've seen more so men treat women certain ways. Where I'm thinking like, motherfucker, in my mind, I would slit my wrist and I'd be better off dead if I were you, because you can't do that to a person and think that you're gonna get up the next day and smile and look in the mirror and go about your day and continue to do that over and over. You're nothing. You're disgusting. And matter of fact, if I could do it and I had the rights to do it, and it was my situation, I would fucking murder you myself. In a different world. You'd be done. You'd be fucking done. And fucking shame on you motherfuckers that are doing any of that shit. Shame on you. I hate, I have to say it, but it's real. And you ain't gonna do shit to me either. You know, you ain't gonna come see me. None of you motherfuckers are. So, what I'm trying to say is this, is that disgusting shit that I hate and despise, that's the shit that drives me towards beauty. It drives me towards a beautiful future. That's the stuff that causes me to look at a woman and want to treat her how a man actually should. You know, that's the stuff that makes me value things about a woman that maybe some other motherfucker take for granted. Okay, I look at it and because I look at like the pain that could be. I look at where I've come from. I look at what's around me. I'm like, damn, like you can't, like you how could you be so ungrateful? You know, like how could you be so ungrateful? You must not know anything that I know. You must not. You must just not be. You could never walk in my shoes. You just can't. Especially if you're a person who's what's the word? Never used to ever being alone. Like you, because I've seen guys do this. They literally just jump from relate. They literally, you know, and it's partially because they're just attractive enough to do this. I mean, they could even have like a shitty body, but maybe their face is very attractive. I've seen this shit. Women, they just always find a woman, even if the relationship is complete trash. They're always with someone, so they don't even know what it is to really be alone. They don't even know what it is to spend enough time alone with themselves, to look in themselves, to even try to change habits that have caused. They don't. Even, they're just a fucking mess. You know. And me, I'm like the opposite of that. So this is about war, man. This is why I always go back to people that bash men. I mean, I hate fucking men, but I don't hate men just because they're masculine. I don't hate men for the traits that they should have, like a lot of these women do. They hate men because men, they say toxic masculinity, because you're hating traits that you shouldn't be hating. You're what you're doing is, if something is toxic, it means that it was mismanaged, is what that means. Whether it was by the person themselves or someone else, it doesn't mean that inherently in itself is toxic. It means that there's a lack of balance there. That's what that really means. So I'm trying to explain that, like, I see so much beauty in what could be when I close my eyes and I think of what is a possibility, but I open my eyes and I see the chaos that I mean, I see the good that's around, but I see the chaos. I see the potential dangers. I see so much that it's war. It's literally like it's like me. I feel like I'm in a war zone. It's emotionally a war zone for me. Um, and then I noticed the way the nature of people is. So many people they will try to attach themselves to you for wrong reasons, and that's another aspect of it where it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, you have no chance anyway, but it's just why would you ever even try? It's like you really want to, like for some friends are like that, like they're garbage. Then they want to attach themselves to you, and they don't want to better your life. They don't want to do anything productive with you. They just want to waste your fucking time. So, you know, this rant is basically like about don't look at what looks like it's heartless. Don't look at me and look at like what you think is violent and evil and heartless and dangerous and all this shit. Look at it as I have a grasp. I have a grasp on what is disgusting, what should be shamed, what should be hated, what is wrong. No matter how many people think that their day to day this and that is fucking just the way it is. I look at it and I know what beauty is. Okay, I know what real beauty is. I know what real goodness is. I know what true love is and true harmony and true peace is. But I also know what war is. And I know that like if you slip and you start to go into a mode of you think you're gonna like compromise with people and you take on a mentality of a softer way, like you're like, oh well, maybe I shouldn't be that mad at this person. I shouldn't, they're just trying to do the same thing I'm doing. Maybe I shouldn't judge this guy because, I don't know what he went through. I don't know his perspective on this, or, you know, I mean, there's out someone out there for everyone. There's someone out there for everyone. So there's plenty of women out there. No, 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 no. See, we all have like a certain core base, and if I was to be one of those people that talks like that and thinks like that, this gum is done. I'm spitting out. If I was to think like one of those people, well, then that would be like killing my own very fucking soul. Because I am a warrior. I'm a born fighter. I'm a person who is about, who's ornery. Who's like, I'm not like well, I am. I'm a very sweet person at the same time. Believe it or not, I'm a very sweet person. But I'm also a very ornery, violent person. So I don't take certain things. It depends on what it is. Certain things, I do not just take that peaceful route. I take a route of like, no, I'm going to eliminate you. There's no compromise with this. No, you don't deserve like, what are you to deserve some type of compromise or mercy from me? Who are you? Have you even proven anything to me that I should think that you deserve something nicer? Because I don't see shit. In fact, I see the exact opposite of that. You're a fucking scumbag, and I should rip your whole fucking head off. Some people, I'm saying, not everyone, but some people. But inherently, especially when it comes to other men, like get the fuck out of here, man. You're lucky I don't do something to you, man. That's how I look at you. You're lucky I don't fucking do something to you. So I look at it like that. Okay, and the thing about that is, I would dare say, when you come to a peaceful accomplishment over something that you fought for like that, and you had that killer mentality in you, it's much much more sweet. It's so much sweeter when you have had something after that, instead of you were all took it all light, like, oh, and then just kind of, it actually it detracts from it almost. Well, not completely, but I'm saying when you have an inherent nature like that inside of you, and you then accomplish something that is beautiful, it's that much more precious to you, and the experience is that much more pleasurable if you have had a somewhat of a, I don't even know how to describe it, some type of war of some sort internally or whatever to reach that. It doesn't even have to even take a long time. It could be an hour, just an hour. If you've had like some type of very rough internal war, it's that much better, you know. So this is actually, rant is about, like, it's spiritual. It's partly about like inherent natures in certain people. It's a little bit cultural because this is a cultural thing. A lot of people, I would dare say, in America wouldn't understand what I'm saying. Now, a lot of people in some third world countries or places where it's a little more tribal, if they were to understand what I'm saying, they would understand this a lot more because they're already been brought up in that type of lifestyle. So that mentality and that nature is in a lot of them inherently already. So they would relate with it. They would resonate with this. They would get this. Um, you ask a lot of people who are in prison or have been through prison who dealt with a lot of violence, they would get exactly what I'm fucking talking about. Okay, because this isn't a thing where this is not the norm for someone who has had a what's the word, a very catered upbringing. You know, you've never really had to fight for anything. You never dealt with a lot of hurt. You've had everything at your disposal. Even relationally, like if you're a person who's always been with someone, you know, you haven't been single a lot, you haven't felt a lot of hurt, had a lot of disappointment, never been cheated on before, never been chosen by someone over and over, always the one who doesn't get chosen, blah blah blah, yada yada. Never was the kid that was liked in your family. If you've never experienced certain things, it'd be kind of hard for some people to even relate to any of this. All right. But me, my entire life, have gotten the shit end of the stick, the short end of the stick, pretty much my entire life. So I definitely relate to this. That's why I'm fucking ranting about it. Okay? That's why I can rant about this, because this is from firsthand experience. This is not from a thought or secondhand or anything. Um, so I hope someone understood what this is about and really like gets this. I hope someone watching this, you know, there could be a person out there who's resonating with this and they're like, I get this, right? Now, I wanted to do this type of rant because number one, YouTube doesn't like a lot of cursing. YouTube doesn't like you to say certain things. But I wanted to put this out there because I know someone out there who thinks real, who knows what's real, thinks real, is going to hear this and they're going to be, it's going to help them. Okay? Because if I try to say it in a certain way where it doesn't sound scary enough, because some people will get too scared. Oh, what does that mean? You're going to fucking murder somebody? What are you, a fucking killer? What do you, I mean, it's like this whole country, like your freedom, how do you think that you have this freedom? Do you think people didn't die in wars for you to have this freedom, or do you think men had to kill men for you to die? I mean, for you to have this freedom, do you think men had to die by other men's hands? Everybody's a fucking murderer, you retard. We fucking kill animals to eat them every day. We're all fucking murderers. Everyone's a monster, okay? Come on. That's another thing you just have to understand about life. I'm not saying that you're some psycho who killed like a bunch of people and now you're behind bars. What I'm saying is the nature of life is always that someone has to suffer or die or this or that for someone to thrive. I can't explain it any other way. It's too complicated. If you can't get it, then you're dummy. You're a dummy, and you just won't get it. So I hope people understood this rant. I hope you took something from it. I hope it gave you a glimpse into some culture that's outside of yourself. Because some people, you just don't fucking know me. You really do not know me. So, you know, you don't understand my culture. You don't understand my background. You don't understand my upbringing. You don't understand my culture, period. You just don't get it. This goes kind of beyond, it's not just a black thing. This is, I mean, it is a black thing. It is a black thing. Especially for a black man, it is. But it's not just about, this is not just a black thing. This is a warrior thing. This goes across all races. This is just a thing. This mentality is a thing. Okay. So, but you have to keep it in perspective. This is not appropriate for everything now. Okay. This is only this is appropriate for things that are very serious to you. This is not just like, I'm gonna fucking stand in line and complain that McDonald's didn't give me pickles on my burger and I'm gonna hit somebody and I'm going to fight the cops. I mean, do you get what I'm saying? Then you're a psychopath. I'm not a psychopath. That's the difference. Um, but that mentality, that warrior mentality, it's a thing. Okay, it's a thing. So, like, comment, and subscribe. This is Steve's Art and Fun channel. This is your host, Steve from the back. And this will be in the rants playlist. Obviously, this is not for kids, so this is not for kids. So it's not going to be in no kid-friendly gaming section or whatever, or playlist. It's in rants. And have a nice day.